Hello.
Oh. I forgot to unmute myself.
Hello. I think I can.
We good?
I thought for a second I could hear me in your background.
You probably could. That would have been.
But not anymore?
Not anymore.
No problem.
That would also have been a small fail. I'm a little disorganized. I was so organized until I wasn't.
First F of the week.
Yeah. Oh, I have many, so.
Yo, geez. Sweet, Cinnamon, Den, Nez, Zooted. My gosh. Den Bot. Kiddos. Any other people out there? Welcome.
Babies. My cats.
The kids of Twitch. The animals of Twitch. The cats of Twitch.
Yep. My kids are animals, but I mean, I have actual kids too. With the ones that are with me.
We're also working on a new command, which I'm sure the Denbot will slowly take away from Nightbot. But we have a new command tonight that I'm working on. There's a character limit, so I can only have a few of these. But we're now able to do a toast, so I don't want to spam this tonight. But FYI, new command in action, and it'll
not work.
Never mind on that.
Den, your services are needed.
Denbot, I think Denbot did something. I think it hacked into Nightbot. It was working before. Now it's not. I'm telling you. I think Denbot has sabotaged it. Let me see something. Now it's bugging me. Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Unexpected identifier. Not sure what it's identifying, but it's unexpected.
Well, you should say the toast and pretend you're the bot.
All right, we'll get it fixed. Never mind. Stay tuned. Next week, Nightbot will have a new command for us. Anyway, off the rails already.
Yeah, we stink already tonight.
Anything more annoying than a Nightbot command that doesn't work? Speaking of annoying things. All right.
My cats are fighting, so there's that.
Cats are fighting. All right, I'm gonna preface this show tonight with if you hold either Amy or myself into a high standing and a high regard, and you're like, man, those are two really good people that just love everybody and embrace everybody, and man, I really am inspired by them. We'll change that for you tonight. on tonight's show. Trust me.
Sorry.
If anything we say offends anyone, we're sorry. But hopefully we're gonna have some fun with what's gonna happen tonight. So
I'm going to be less offensive.
I might be a little more outspoken.
I'm the
Anyway,
nicer of the two, for sure.
we're just gonna kind of spit some stuff around tonight. So we'll see what happens. All right. I think all of you guys have been here before.
Yeah.
If not, there's kind of a gist of what's going on. So we record it, we dump it out into the audio format, so we don't actively interact with chat the whole time. We'll type in there and check in with you guys, but you guys usually keep the conversation going over there as well, and it's always good to see.
Yeah,
So
we
don't hesitate
super appreciate
to
it.
laugh along, to argue, to tell me I'm a POS, to actually put in your own opinions on stuff we talk about tonight. So anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this one. I don't know why I'm fired up. Let's go.
I know. You've been like anxious, chomping at the old bit on this one.
I think it's fun. All right. The production meeting was entertaining, so hopefully it'll be good.
It was.
All right. We're going to start recording here in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 8 of
Wow.
Over the Hump podcast. Holy smokes.
Welcome.
Well, I wasn't sure we were going to get to 2, and now we're at 8. If you've been here for the entire ride, we thank you for support. We thank you for listening.
We do.
Episode 8. Over the Hump podcast, designed to get you over the hump through the work week. Wednesday when we record this, trying to get ourselves into the weekend when we get a break. Get you from the beginning of the work week to the end of the work week. Get you from that test you're studying, past the tests, problems at uni, problems at home, whatever it is that's on your mind right now. Hang with us for an hour or so, and hopefully we'll get your mind off of things and let you hang out and relax for a little bit and maybe have some fun and laugh along. So with us,
Absolutely.
as always, is the lovely Mama Bear, loved by all, Amy Beth. Good evening, Amy
That's
Beth.
not going to be true. It's going to happen tonight. Namaste, I think, is what I say.
Namaste is the open. I don't have an open.
Oh, look! I have a little sort of Namaste T-shirt on today that nobody can see probably, but anyway, it's a very yoga-ish.
Every
shirt.
morning we are born again.
And then underneath it says, "What we do today is what matters most."
Wow.
Namaste.
So now we're starting at a positive. We're starting at the top, and we're about ready to sink right down. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast. As always, we start things off with some shout outs and a little toast to the shout outs that we have. But first, what's in the glass tonight? Amy, I'll let you go first. What are you drinking tonight?
I am back to the Botanist, which has grown on me a lot more since the first time, which I think was a couple weeks ago. It is very herbally. It has a lot of flavor to it. I didn't make it into a martini. I just poured it into a martini glass to look fancy, but it's actually just gin and a little bit. I did have a little ice in it at one point. It's very lovely. The Botanist.
All that is
I
needed.
think, yeah, but I still think for the money, Aviation is better. But I do think this is really good. I think it probably makes some nice cocktails because of the flavors.
Perfect. Awesome. I also went with the gin strat tonight, going with the ever so popular Hendrix. I think
Can't go wrong with Hendrix.
anyone who knows gin probably knows Hendrix. Cucumbery, nice, got a great flavor. I am torn. I alternate now. I never was a gin drinker. I've entered the world of gin very recently, within the past few weeks, and I think I alternate between Hendrix and Aviation. I think Aviation is really good too, so never a bad choice. Anyway, we're going to take these and toast and shout out a couple of people in our community.
Absolutely.
I'll let you do the first shout out tonight.
Okay. I am today saying a lovely cheers to the beautiful Kelly Starfall, who has been a great supporter of us. Even if she can't be here, she usually sends questions in or comments at some point, and she's always streaming. She's a hardworking streamer, And she's also just a really cool chick. So, Kelly, thank
Agree.
you. Here's you.
Kelly blank Starfall, and I say blank to edit out the swear words, is the greeting that I used to her in a challenge. Incredible supporter, been around, active in the Discord. I agree. That's a great
Hmm.
shout out.
Hmm.
Good job, and it's great for Kelly Starfall. Tonight, I would like to shout out someone who is super supportive of the community, even though he lives in a time zone that's not easily conducive to when we are streaming our
Hmm.
show, as well as when I do my streams on Twitch, whatever. But he's always around. He always says hi. He's popping in during work breaks and before work. And we
Hmm.
affectionately refer to him as Dutch. He goes by the underscore drunk underscore Dutchman on Twitch. But Dutch, we appreciate the support. We love having you around.
Yeah,
And
I
we
think he
thank
might be
you.
working, but if
Yeah.
he's not and he
Yeah.
pops in, somebody let him know. We cheers to him.
So cheers, guys. Cheers to both of you, Kelly and
Cheers.
Dutch, and to all of you guys. As always, it's an incredibly tough decision. We still have a long list. And at
We
this
do.
point, we would like to say that if you would like to be considered for a shout out, a great suggestion is to throw a question our way, or throw a topic you would like to see us discuss our
Yes.
way, or
Please.
comment on an
Yeah.
old show. Throw it into Discord. Let us know what you'd like to talk about, what you would
Mhm.
like to hear. If you've got any kind of probing question for Amy that we could get that answered for you on the show, we would be glad to do so. So anyway, pop those into our Discord. We have links to that. If you are listening on one of the podcast stations, we have links to it in the description of the podcast that you are listening to now. With that said,
Absolutely,
okay.
because a lot of, I'm sorry, I just cut you off. I was just going to say a lot of our topics have come from people sending us questions. So we definitely would like them. Anyway,
Yeah, and I think the community comes up with better topics than what production does. I'm just saying.
I think so.
The community always wins.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, with that said, we'd like to move on to the first item that we, I guess, second item, because we already did the cheers and the toast and everything. It's our wins and losses for the week. I think it's always a good idea for you guys to look back at the past week, past 2 weeks, whatever it may have been, and assess, just kind of take a moment and say, okay, what were the wins? What were the L's? What were things that I could improve upon in the future? What were just some good victories that I have? Or what was some things that we just take an L and you move on and you get past it and get it out of your system? So, with that said, I'll let you pick again. The production never mandates what the order of which we do these. Wins or losses,
Okay.
which one would you like to address first this week?
I'm actually starting with the losses because I forget what my win was. So I got to take some time to get the old gears
That's
moving. So we'll go with
fantastic.
the L.
We're going with the L. What's your L for the week? I think something we have similar L's, maybe just a little different spin on what the L was. So go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. My L is not my L, but it is an L related to my country. I'm just feeling a little sad by how this transfer of leadership is going or not, and how we are not moving forward in a more gentlewomanly, whatever you want to say, a more dignified way in transferring leadership from one president to the next. And it's very disappointing. And so that's a bit of an L for all of us, in my opinion. Regardless of who
Agree.
you support, I just think there should be some dignity in how this is done. But oh well, there we go.
I agree. I think it's a lot. Like you said, it's a loss for everyone, regardless who's going in, who's going out. It's unprecedented that we haven't had a
Mhm.
transition and had this over with. So yeah, I think it's a loss for everybody. Mine is in similar vein. My loss for the week was election week last week, and for me, I took it more on a personal route of, man, I just couldn't stop watching. And I had it on. It took over. I had to end a stream short because I was concerned about what was going on and genuinely invested in what was happening. And even as the days progressed, I normally stay up late
Mhm.
anyway. So here I am staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning, and now I see, oh, we're gonna get another batch of results in 2 hours. So now going to sleep, I'm waking up, looking at results, the TV's on while I'm going to sleep, and man, it takes a toll out of you over the course of a few days.
Oh,
By the time
I was
Sunday or
waking
Monday
up.
got here,
Yeah.
I was exhausted and I haven't done anything.
I said I had like I think I still have an election hangover, and it's not from alcohol. I mean, that didn't help, but I just felt like I was getting up every hour and checking my news feed or Twitter
Yep.
to see if some kind of catastrophes happened or if there's been something confirmed. I was emotional about everything to begin with, but like you, I think like I was working Saturday, so I actually didn't get to finally get the relief of
Yeah.
finding out and being able to enjoy it or not, however you lean. But I just like I sat down at the desk after at the studio and I just cried because I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired."
Oh
And
no.
then you think it's moved past it and it hasn't, which is like the sad part because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm still sort of in this sort of high energy, worry, concern, wondering what's going to happen. So I feel like it's still not really resolved, which is giving us this anxiety still. I mean, I woke up, I was up from 4 a.m. to no, it's like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. last night, just wide awake, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So
Oh
the
no.
anxiety's still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not getting a good night's sleep. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think it's taking time. And yeah, so I think anyone out there who kind of is in the same boat know that I think everybody's in the same boat. I think every place that I've seen, non-political people, whatever, it's just a process. It's just the whole thing. It's taking a
Right.
toll.
And
Yeah.
also, if you're just dealing with any stress or anxiety that's keeping you up at night, we
Yep.
understand.
Yeah.
You might not be our stress and anxiety, but
Hit us up on
and
Discord.
there's COVID still, which we're all dealing with.
Well,
So we
that's
got
that's
that.
that's the crazy thing that even if the craziness of the people that were involved this year wouldn't have happened, I think that it would have been unique anyway because of mail-in ballots. People didn't want to go
Yeah.
to the polls. It would have taken a couple days
Right.
anyway, which was unprecedented. So yeah. So yeah, big L. I think those are the easy L's for the week.
Super L's.
What was
Oh
your?
gosh.
Have you figured
I
out your
forgot the
W?
No, I forget my W. That's
Uh,
sad, isn't it?
I'm assessing the production notes, and
Do you
my
do you
production
remember
notes
what I said?
do not have a W
Maybe I
listed for you.
hadn't figured one out yet. Maybe I didn't have one. Is that sad? That's so sad. Or you go and I'll keep thinking.
All
I'll
right,
try not
so
to look.
I have a couple W's. So I don't have one big massive W. I have a couple, maybe three small W's because someone did 3 shout outs last week
Fair
for the
enough.
shout out. So I can do 3 small
I get it.
W's for the week.
They
So
were so
none
worth
of
it.
them were all massively significant, but added up together, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good week in terms of W's. So W number one, small W number one for me is Saturday night. We finished Ghost of Tsushima. We platinumed the game, which means we basically did everything there is to do in the game that the game devs have put out there. So on
Golf
the
club.
yeah, thanks. On the PS4, you can get a platinum trophy for it. So it's one of I think 4 games now that I've ever platinumed on there. I love the game. It was fun to play. We had a great stream. We had a lot of fun with it, and yeah, it was a great experience. So that along with last week on the podcast, we started our book club, and I began reading the book. And let me tell you what, The Woman in the Window has got me hooked right away. I forgot how much I enjoyed just kicking back from time to time, just reading a book, sitting out on the deck, whatever, late at night instead of like trying to find something to do. Just read a few pages of a book and go to sleep. The book is fantastic. So it was a W to get back into that, and I think you feel the same way about the book.
I do, and that's what my win was. I just realized it. I'm kind of
I
cheating.
realized
But
it
no,
as
but it was.
as
It
I was
really
saying it
was.
too. I realized it, and that's why I asked you about it.
Thank
So
you.
I was
All right.
trying to work it on the
I'll,
fly.
I'll describe my situation after. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and so the book, it's great to get in. If you want to be part of it, we're reading this book this month. We're going to have a little discussion
Awesome.
about it. We'll do it on video if you want to do it on video, but you're more than happy to join in. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But it's a really fun, easy to read, moves incredibly fast, intriguing as all get out
Mhm.
book. So it's been a ride so far. And last but not least, we did make it to the store. We did get the proper bread this week. So it's been a tasty week of sandwiches. I'm feeling good. I'm fed. Lunches have been good. The sourdough has been yeeted. We're not going to tell you how we got rid of it. We fed the environment maybe. And yeah, we've got good bread in stock now. So that was a big
Nice.
W from my side.
Well done.
So back to you for
Okay.
the book.
Oh, yeah. So it was about the book because what happened was I have a stack of books. And I was like, well, I'm going to be locked down. And I was locked down starting on like May 16th. And I was like, March 16th. And I was like, I'm going to read all these books that I've been stacking up that I want to read that are in my mind that I knew were supposed to be really good. And I started all of them and I couldn't get past like the first chapter. And it's not because the books aren't good. It's because I had a really hard time like just concentrating and allowing myself to be calm enough to read and focus on something
Hmm.
outside of reality. Maybe reality was like more crazy than the books.
Yep.
So it was hard to kind of focus. So the good news is this book got me from the first, not just the first paragraph, I mean from the first sentence, the first paragraph, the first chapter. It hooked me so fast. I was instant, like,
Yeah.
and I've read 181 pages since I got home from work today.
Yep.
So yay. I
Nice work.
I was reading, which is really good because my goal was to try to read a couple of books a month. Again, I used to be in a book club. I was a prolific reader, and it just has been something that's fallen off my radar. So I'm hoping maybe it will lead to more habits that are good, like running again and other things like that. So that's my goal. Like maybe if I start reading, it will roll into the other habits that I want to do. So
Yeah, and I think it's good to get that, like you said, get that
seriously.
mix back in there. We've been in the same routine now for a while. It's like we adjusted our routine when the pandemic hit, and then we kind of sunk into it, and then all the election stuff, whatever. So now we're into a different routine. It's
Mhm.
good, like you said, it's good to get back into stop watching TV for a minute, doing some,
Positive habits.
eating
Reading,
snacks, whatever. Yeah, grab a glass
and I
of
would say
wine
the
and read
book
a book.
is, I think, super well written. I mean, it's just it feels very modern.
Oh
It
yeah,
feels very of the moment, which I love, but it still has this like film noir Hitchcock style feeling to it that I
totally,
really love. So
totally.
it takes like this modern spin on something that's not that modern, and it's, I don't know, it's lovely. It's just really good and I can't wait to find out what happens. So,
Yeah, I'm slightly behind you. I think I'm 120, 130 pages in,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
not a dull moment yet. There hasn't been a page
Mhm.
that hasn't been interesting. It's crazy. I
No,
can't
so
wait to see how this
fabulous.
thing
So
resolves. Yeah.
if anyone wants to jump in, it's so good. Anyway,
Yep.
that's all I have to
Agree.
say.
Awesome. There we go. So a lot of good,
Yeah.
see, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good things have happened. So now we're going to get into a topic that I hope is a lot of fun. And I hope people don't take the wrong way and think that we're bad
If
people, whatever.
Oh
But
my God, if yeah, we're not trying to offend anybody.
if you
We
are
really
if you
are.
are among the people that are included in this list, we are sorry. We're
We
trying to have a
so
little bit of fun
apologize.
with it. So anyway,
Yeah.
this week we're going to talk
And
about.
feel free to call us out. Like you can like give
Oh,
us crap
absolutely, absolutely. Let us know
if
if
we're
you
wrong.
disagree. Yeah.
I'll let
So we're going to talk
you
about
start.
pet peeves this week. We're going to talk
Pet
about those little annoying things, about things that happen in life,
peeve.
about people, whatever, that just drive you crazy. You're just, gosh, I can't stand when somebody does this kind of thing. Makes you pull your
Right.
hair out of your head, makes you rage
Yeah.
a little bit. I think a
Right.
few of these a lot of people are going to have in common. I think there's some unique ones too, but if you do any of these, we
We're
apologize. It's
sorry.
all in good fun. We really don't
Yes.
hate for most of them. Just kidding. So when production came to us this week and they said, "Hey, we need you guys to create a list of all of your pet peeves."
Well,
Here's a,
let's be honest how this went.
here's a little secret. Amy, how many pet peeves did you come up with?
Two.
Came up with two pet peeves. Um, I
I,
came up with 28 in about 30 seconds. It's a true story.
I did. I think my problem is I don't like dwell in my pet peeves. So I had two that were very serious pet peeves of mine, and then the rest I was like, oh yeah. And then when we started talking, I thought of other ones too, and I was like, oh yeah. So anyway, I have eight now.
So I gotta yeet down on the 20.
Yeah,
But
he can't. We'd be here all night. So he's got. I told him he's got to cut that down.
okay, so we've got a list, and we're just going to kind of go through a list. They're in no order whatsoever, but we're gonna kind of riff off of this thing and hopefully have a little bit of fun discussion. So
Yeah.
I think one of the first things that comes to mind and is a hot category for all of this stuff is when you know I don't know. It's when you're driving. Okay, so driving has 16 million different things that annoy all of us, right? And ironically, I think I might have one of the stranger ones that came like the first thing when somebody said when production said, "Hey, What's a pet peeve? The first thing that came to my mind is this one, and people might think it's a little crazy, but I can't stand it when somebody's driving down the road and it's raining or it has just finished raining and they have their wipers on too quickly. So the wipers go shoo, 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 and there's like 2 sprinkles coming out of the sky. I'm like, turn off your wiper, dude. You don't need it on fast. I don't know why it bothers me, but it will easily give that driver. I'll get in the passing lane. I'll look at him and I'll do the negative head shake. Like, what are you doing? What? How are you driving a car? So anyway, it drives me crazy.
I'm 100% sure that I've forgotten to turn my wipers off, and I would be somebody that you would give the disapproving
I can't
look to. Because sometimes I'm just like listening to my music and it was raining. I'm driving and all of a sudden I realize, oh, it's not raining anymore. Turn off my wipers.
So,
because I'm just in my own little world. I'm happy.
Yeah, happy is a good thing, but I don't think these people are in the same zone. I think they're more clueless than happy, and I don't think that's what.
Oh, I'm clueless too. There's no question. I'm absolutely 100% clueless. I'm just like, oh,
so
I'm tired. They might be tired. Have you thought of that?
Well, maybe if they're that tired, they shouldn't be driving the car.
I'm tired driving a car. 99% of the time, I'm tired when I'm driving. So no, that's not fair.
Anyway, I think that leads to one of your driving pet peeves as well. Let's see what
does it?
There.
I don't remember. See?
In the production meeting,
I'm gonna rip.
We brought up people who drive in the left lane in the United States.
I thought you were gonna.
You drive on the right hand side and you pass on the left hand side. So no.
Yeah, if you're not doing the speed limit in the passing lane, then what are you doing? I do agree with that. I also like if there's 2 lanes and there's no particular arrows of where to go and you're turning left and there's nobody in the left lane and you go into the right lane but you're not turning left and I want to turn right, I might want to kick your car. I might
kick the car.
That's a nice way of saying what I was thinking.
Yeah, I can't stand people in the left lane who are just driving the speed limit, blocking up traffic. Get in the lane to pass. It is a passing lane. If you're not passing, get over in the right lane. Let the people
you would be passing or driving warp speed.
That's either it. And if you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. Just get in the right side.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Correct side.
Let me it makes me think of this one too when I think of the road and driving down the road. I love runners, I love joggers, I love cyclists. I am irritated by runners, walkers, joggers, cyclists that don't obey the law of the road. If you are running and you're running on the road for whatever reason, you run against traffic. You do not run with traffic. And it drives me nuts when I see people running with traffic. I'm like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. It gives all of us a bad name. The same thing goes for cyclists who don't obey the cycling rules. I can't stand
worst is cyclists on the sidewalk. Oh,
yes. I don't understand.
If you're a cyclist, you should not be on the sidewalk. You should know better. As a former cyclist, because I'm scared because anyway, cycling is really dangerous. But that's a whole nother topic.
100%. And this comes I had a share of the road license plate when I lived in Georgia. I respect cyclists, but you've got to respect the road. Those who don't respect it, it gives everybody a bad name, and it's annoying.
There you go.
So the other thing that I'm thinking when I'm thinking about driving, maybe the most, I don't know, left lane drivers could be the worst, but this is either the second worst or it might be the worst now that I think about it. You pull up to a red light and the person in front of you will not, under any circumstances, make that right turn on red. I know in some cases it's illegal. Where it's illegal, that's totally fine. You're obeying the law. But you're allowed to turn right here. And people will go up and they'll look at the light and there won't be traffic for miles. And they're just sitting there waiting to turn right. Like,
can I play devil's advocate?
Can we go, please?
I'm going to play devil's advocate on that. Because if I'm in a city or in an unfamiliar place that I don't know, I won't just automatically turn right on red unless like I get nervous about it because I know it's a law in other places. So I'm that annoying person sometimes.
If there was
And when
no traffic anywhere, there's not a car in sight in the
no, I'd
road
probably do it if
anywhere.
there's no car in
Yeah,
sight. Yeah.
these people just do it because they think they just have to stop and they have no idea that they
Yeah,
can.
if it's sort of busy, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is like the right thing. I don't want to get a ticket. I don't want to get in trouble. That's my
It's
personality.
so one of the most annoying things here is right outside the street outside of my apartment complex. There's a road that turns onto a major road, and it is
Mhm.
a double right turn lane. There's no other way you can go. You only thing you can do is do a right turn. There's a big massive sign that says right turn after stop. So that means you stop, you look, you turn right, you go. It's a double right turn lane. There have been times I have pulled up behind somebody in the inner rightmost lane, and the people in the left lane are going. They're turning right, which means this dude is shielded. Turn right. What do you not understand? Why do you think all these people are turning right on the road and you're just sitting here? I don't know what they're thinking. Anyway, so yes, it's more annoying than the left lane drivers.
Okay. I feel like your blood pressure must be high.
Yeah, it is a little high, especially talking about that. I think we I mean, don't get me started about turn signals, but
See, I'm just more about rudeness. I feel like that's just like to me, things that are pet peeves are more think people being rude versus people being just oblivious. And that to me, like I can't be really too mad at people just being oblivious because they're not being purposefully, I won't say the word, like purposely mean. I'll be nice and not use my normal language. But people that are purposely just rude, and I'll give an example. The elevator doors.
oh, here
To
we
me,
go.
that is like the thing where I'm in the elevator, or I'm sorry, I'm coming up to the elevator, like, and they can see, and I got my little bag or whatever, and they're just, you can tell they're like mashing that closed door button,
Closed door,
like,
closed door, closed
like,
door. Don't want to wait.
yeah, don't want to wait. Like, they're just rude. That's so rude. You could hold the door if I'm close. I mean, if it's crowded, I'm not going to jam myself in there. And now forget it. Elevators are like no bueno with COVID, but pre-COVID, that's rude. That is super rude. If you see me coming, by all means, please. I always would be like, I mean, at least make
Mash,
the effort.
yeah, mash
Pretend
the
you're
other
trying.
button,
Be
open
like,
door.
or
Yeah,
do the I'm sorry
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, do the I'm sorry. Don't
Yep.
be like basically flipping me off while I'm anyway.
Or
that's rude to me.
pretending like they don't see you. Oh, I'll just push the
Yeah.
button. Nobody's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
come on.
I don't see this small person running at me with their luggage.
It's fantastic. The thing with elevators, I have a similar thing in that when
We
the
agree on this one.
when the elevator comes up to the floor, you're waiting on the elevator. You know that the elevator's coming. You know that there's people in the elevator that need to get off of the elevator. Yet there are people that stand with their nose like right up against the elevator waiting for it to open. Now you have
can't get
6
out.
people that need to get out. They can't get out because this guy's trying to get into the elevator. Let the people get out. It's going to be fine. It just bugs
That's
the
when you
crap
hip
out of me.
check.
That's when you hip
That's
check.
when you accidentally drag your bag over their feet. Just saying.
I will not hesitate getting off of an elevator if somebody's standing right in my way. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
come on, you got to get off the elevator.
Yeah, you gotta do a little check.
Thinking
We'll
of
drag that bag over your toes.
of elevator, escalator type things, it makes me think of two, and I hate to dominate this conversation, but it makes me think of
Well, I mean, you have much more hate in your heart.
two things with like moving belts that annoy me. Annoyance number one. You're in a scenario where we're not talking a massive staircase. We're talking 12 steps, maybe 16 steps that you have to walk up to get to the entrance of an office building, wherever. And let's say over to the side of it, 20 yards away is an escalator that goes up. The amount of people that yeet the stairway completely to walk out of the way to go up the escalator. What are you people doing? Just walk up the steps. I don't understand why people can't walk up steps.
Maybe
and
they
it
have
bugs
health
me.
concerns.
Health concerns, 100%. I get it. If you have trouble, there are people who have trouble walking, and steps are hard.
Yeah.
I 100% get this, but that is not the 85% of the
Okay.
population that I
Well,
see
true.
doing this thing. When I previously went to the office at work, it drives me crazy. Use the steps, people. And the other thing is, At the airports, and this is a good transition to airports, by the way, because I know you have a couple at airports.
Yeah,
At airports,
travel.
you're walking into the airport, or you're at the parking garage at Universal Studios Orlando, or you're in any other huge, massive parking deck that needs to get people from one end to the other. Atlantic City has them. They have moving sidewalks. It is an escalator that is flat. A moving sidewalk is still a sidewalk. When you go onto a sidewalk, you don't just stand there, you walk. So on a moving sidewalk, it's not a ride. I can't stand it when people get onto the moving sidewalks and they just stand there. Like, what are you doing? Just walk. It gets you faster. That's the whole point of the whole thing. Anyway.
And if you're not going to walk, stand to the right.
And
again, get out of the left lane.
Get out of the left lane. Get over to the right. I mean, we've been to Atlantic City, and we've actually, because on the side of the moving walkway thing, you can walk. We actually go over there and just walk because it's faster to walk than wait for the people who are standing on the moving thing that's actually moving slower than it takes to walk. It's annoying. All right. So back to the airports. I think you have a good airport one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have several. Well, I have several things revolving around flying or involving flying. Yeah. So the people that get online like 2 hours before your flights, like they're like in their, the double platinum, 100% wealthy,
God, yes.
have 10 million miles, and I'm going to sit in first class, have to stand in the front and wait so that everyone knows that's what they're flying. I'm platinum. What are you?
Yeah.
So they get there and I'm like, and then there's the people that are also in the like line 4 who get online early. I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to get a crappy seat no matter what you do.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
Do we need to all get in line now? No, because now we're going to just block across the lane where I have to walk to my gate. Anyway, that's annoying. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, and along with that, when you have, because you have your multiple tiers of boarding with most airlines, and they'll clearly tell you when you get there, we will begin the boarding process with Group A, and then we will go to Group B, and then we will go to Group C, and then you get the jabroni with the Group C that goes up to the front of the line, and he's blocking all the Group A people from being able to get onto the
that's
flight.
super
Like, come
annoying
on, get to the back.
Yeah, I paid for that Group A.
That's right.
That cost me money. Get out of my
way.
way.
$20 hard earned for me to get that Group A seating.
Yeah, which leads me to, oh my God, I could talk about airplane travel for hours. The people that the minute the plane lands and you can take off your seatbelt, stand up, even though nothing's happening, and then they start crowding the aisle and they won't let people out. Like the little old lady where they're, I'm like, oh, like let the little old lady out. She's stuck here. She's still got to get her suitcase. You jerks are just blocking up the thing. Can we just be orderly? There's no reason to not be orderly and be respectful. So there's that. And I'm just going to transition.
And I agree. I just want to say, I agree with that one. It drives me crazy. And I've seen situations in planes where people do that, and they do it by habit, and they're just doing it because they're those kind of people. And I've seen people with trying to say, excuse me, I have a connecting flight. Can I please get up to the front so I can make it to my next flight? Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, man, just sit down.
Oh no, like they'll make the announcement like, oh, we came in late, so there's a connecting, there's a few people with really tight connecting flights. Could everybody just sit down until the 5 people who really need to go? Oh no, nobody cares about those poor 5 people who need to get to their connecting flight. I'm just sitting there like a jerk. Like, 100 of you did not have this connecting flight, guaranteed.
Exactly.
I know there's only 5 because they said there was only 5. Yeah, that's annoying. That's rude. It's about rudeness for me.
Yeah,
Rude.
Yeah. You were going to
your other one.
You were going to go to another one.
No, I think you were.
Okay, because mine. Well, you have 2 more. One of them involves, I think, reclining seats in the airplane while you're on the flight.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that one because we both. Yeah, reclining seats. Honestly, don't recline your seat unless you really absolutely have to.
Don't recline your seat. Period.
I don't need your nasty head in my lap. Sorry. So the last flight I was on, the guy, not okay. It's okay if you have to recline your seat because I know there's tall people.
You don't have to.
Okay, but I'm saying, but you don't have to do the jerk recline. I call it, where they just hit the thing and go boom, and fly back. So the last time I was there, I had my little drink set up and I had my laptop there, and I'm like all calm, like we're flying, we're up there, we're at cruising altitude, nothing's happened, and all of a sudden this guy hits his thing and like aggressively reclines, not just gently like goes back,
Right.
like aggressively reclines his seat, sends my water bottle flying into the lap of the poor dude next to
Oh
me.
no.
I know. And this guy was just like, woke him up, and my laptop comes flying off onto my lap. I'm like, I wanted to just take my laptop and smash his
Smack him
head.
over the head.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, I was so angry because I'm like, that was super unnecessary and rude. Okay. Sorry. That's all right.
Yeah, you're onto the thing with the root, and I agree. If somebody wants to do it, just how about just do it slow, or maybe ask behind you, say, "Hey, do you mind if I recline? Let me know if it's invasive to your space or something." And
You know,
yeah,
I'm about to be up in your lap.
because I had the same thing the last time, or not the last time, one of the last times I was in a plane. Somebody did that to me, and I had the tray down. I had my laptop up. I was watching a movie, and they just reclined it. Laptop lid closed and comes back
Yeah.
onto me on my lap. I'm like, there is not that much room in that seat anymore, man.
Yeah. You're like, now you're looking at somebody's receding hairline, and you're like, there's not a lot of space. No offense to receding hairlines, but I don't need you. That it's not that intimate. I'm here for a couple hours. I just don't need you. That's close to my space.
And
It's already terrible with the person next to me.
Exactly. I'm
That's
already bunched
way
in.
too close.
And you can't do the, well, I'll just recline too and that'll fix it, because it does not fix it. It doesn't cure the problem.
There's no. It's like a domino effect. Like the first guy reclines, and then the second guy reclines, and it just down the thing. And then you get the kid behind you just kicking your seat the whole time. You're like, I give up. I'm just gonna jump out the window. It's fine. This is horrible. That's my feeling on flying. Sorry. I have a lot of flying things.
After the flying thing. And there was another one that we discussed about kind of those similar people that might be the multi-platinum, diamond, AAA. They get to the gate and they're on the phone. And
oh my God. I know. Yes, I know what you're going to say. They got their AirPods in or whatever.
They got their pods in, and they are totally either being super loud, annoying, or they're talking about stuff that I will guarantee you they're not really talking about. Yeah. Hang on, Bruce. Yeah, no, Ted, did we close that $1.9 million deal? Yeah, no, I'm at the airport now. I'll be there. We got a slight delay. I'll be there in an hour. I need Karen to take care of this right away. This is an important project for me. I'm like, come on,
Those
take
guys.
it. If you're that important, take it to the daggone flight club place and go and do your business. I don't want to hear your business while I'm sitting here trying to listen to music.
Right. They're also the guys still wearing their sunglasses inside.
Nice. They might
Still
be
got
the same
shades
people.
on.
Oh,
They're the same people. They're the same people.
the shade. The sunglasses inside. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing?
I see you. I see you.
Did we
Yeah.
cross off the? Oh, we didn't cross off all the airport stuff. I had another airport one. In 20 years ago, it may have been acceptable to kind of be confused about what to do when you go through TSA, because everything changed. You got to have Ziploc bags. You can't take certain objects through. You can't take food. It's been 20 years, people. It's been 20 years. And not only has it been 20 years, there's the annoying guy, TSA guy, standing there repeating the same
rude
thing.
too, by the way.
He's just going,
They're usually rude.
everything out of the bags. Laptops need to be filled flat outside of a bag. Lay it on the thing. Take off your shoes. Shoes are flat on the conveyor belt. No products can come unless they're inside a 3.5 ounce Ziploc bag. The bag has to be sealed. Yeah, and people are just, and I'm like, okay, I got it. At least he's doing his job. And then sure enough, you get up there and the person in front of you, the laptop is not out. They've got 27,000 different male hair care products. And like, what are you doing? You're not allowed to take that stuff with you. And then there's a
And then they act
complaint.
surprised.
Oh yeah, like they didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. How the hell did you not know? There's signs. There's
This
just
dude's been yelling
jabroni
at me
back
for
here.
an hour
Yeah,
in
have you listened
line.
to him?
How did you not know? This guy gave me PTSD about my fear of, did I leave one little tiny bottle that's not 1.5 ounces in there? I don't know. And meanwhile, there's a jug of water coming out of their bag.
And there's one more after that is probably considered a pet peeve of mine. So you've got to take your belt off. The smart people are the ones that plan. They don't wear a belt. They wear comfy clothes. They just go through it.
Flip those shoes right off.
I'll still have my belt. Whatever you have, that stuff that's fine. Once you get through the scanner, pick up your stuff and proceed to one of the 7,000 benches that are there that allow you to put your stuff back on. People will just stand there. They're like, oh, let me put my sock on. Oh, I gotta tie this one on the left. I'm like, move! I need to get my stuff.
Meanwhile, it's all jamming up down the line. Then you get like 10 people standing there like, where's my bag? I'm like, I don't know. Ask this guy who's clearly changing his wardrobe while we're waiting here.
Organizing the book and the water and the whatever.
Be
like, come on,
ready.
man.
Be prepared. And don't be rude. Okay.
Are we out of the airport?
I'm all
yet?
worked up now.
Man.
We're not out of the air. I mean, I have more in the airport. It could go for hours. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to move from the airport. I think we need to leave the airport.
Should we go to the grocery store?
We should go to the grocery store.
You have the best grocery store one.
Yeah, because this is like the biggest, most rude thing in the world. If you take the cart or trolley, depending on where you live, they're called different things, right?
Buggy.
That's the buggy, trolley, or cart, and you bring your freaking groceries to your car, and then you put them in your car, and you're an able-bodied human, and you leave that, words I can't say, by my car because you're too lazy to walk another 20 feet back and put that thing back, then you're a rude, disrespectful person, and I know what you're all about. And I don't like you. I don't like you immediately.
Gonna bring out the Jersey and the Amy.
Yeah, we'll get all Jersey and you. Like, take the thing back. Like, it's not my job. Why is it resting against my car? What are you doing? What are you? I mean, meanwhile, here's me because, today it was raining. So I went to the grocery store. It was pouring. It was like pouring buckets. So I'm the other person. I'm probably annoying to people too. So I come out of the grocery store and I bring my own bags because I'm environmentally safe.
Nice.
And so I got my 3 pretty substantial bags, and I'm looking at the rain and I'm looking at my cart and I'm like, I'm not going to want to bring it back, but I would, even in the rain. I park the cart. I take all my bags. I'm like a Sherpa. I Sherpa this stuff. I will take like 3 bags and like a case of water with me if I have to.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm a Sherpa. I definitely Sherpa my stuff. I Sherpa my stuff into my car. I Sherpa it into my house after. I'm just like, I can get it all in. But anyway, back to my original thing. Don't leave your cart in the middle of the freaking. First of all, you can you have 2 options. You can walk it back to where the guy is lining the carts up and cleaning them now for COVID, or you could put them in the little, I don't know, like parking spot for them in the middle of the parking lot, where then that guy will come and get them and bring them and clean them off. You have 2 options. The third option is not to leave them rusting against my bumper, because that is rude. It's super rude. And it makes me think that you're a terrible human being.
You're just terrible.
You're awful, because there's just no excuse for that. None whatsoever. And Sherpa that shit if it's raining.
And there is either a little cart return thing or the front door so close to your car that it's a couple paces away to just put it back.
It's so not far. Have we lost viewers yet? I feel like we're probably alienated like everybody at this point.
We went up with the last comment about the shopping cart, so that's good. I'm like, have we talked about that one? Have talked about? Okay, so along with the grocery store, that's it could be grocery store related. It could also be like drive-through related. Maybe it's just customer service related, and I think we might disagree on this one, but
we do. I know what you're saying.
you're and I say this respectfully. You're there for one reason. So just scan my stuff and get me through. If you want to be pleasant, that's fine. I don't want to talk about your history and where you grew up and whatever while you're scanning my correct bread across the scanner
Fair enough, though.
to put
No, I
into the
agree with you
bag.
on this one.
No problem being nice.
I
But
talk for a living. I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm
don't want to be addressed. This happened the other day. I go through a fast food restaurant, which will remain nameless. It's the Burger King on Charlotte Parkway in Nashville, Tennessee. And I go to the drive-thru, and the first words out of her mouth was, "Oh, hey, sweetie, what can I get for you today?" And my immediate reaction was going to be, "I'm not your sweetie. I just want you to take my order," which may sound very crass and whatever. But I'm like, no, I'm not your babe. I'm not your sweetie. Just say, "Hello, welcome to Burger King," or "What can I get for you today?" Whatever. I wanted to respond with, "What can I get for you?" You can get me a pad that goes over top of where your voice comes out, where I can just push a button and put my order in and then pick it up at the window. That's what I can do. So
like
anyway,
it.
I just
makes
don't
me
like
comforted.
I don't like being called sweetie or honey or whatever when I'm getting a haircut or when I'm trying to get bread or when I'm trying to get a Big Mac at a drive-thru. If you're on a date, you've got whatever, okay, that's great. But I'm not when I'm just trying to get some food.
That doesn't bother. I mean, I know that I'm not speaking for all women because I think it's probably, especially for women. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it's probably an issue for. I don't mind when like an older woman says to me, "Hey, sweetie, how are you doing today? Let me scan your groceries." That doesn't bother me at all. Or when I don't know. To me, it's like a little word hug. I don't know. I like word hugs.
I'm just trying.
It doesn't bother me at all. It's like
bread.
it's the least thing I worry about ever. And I probably have been like, "Hey, love, thanks," like to people when they've given me something. I mean, not when I'm like serving them, but like if like the kids like helpful at something, and I'm just like, "Oh, thanks, sweetie." I'm sure I've done that.
I'll be fair enough to say at least it's nice. They're just being nice. They're just whatever.
They
I'm
are. I
just
don't
like,
see like how that's like.
Just take my order.
It's a word hug.
I don't need a hug. I'm here for a sandwich. I'm not here for a hug. I need a sandwich.
Everybody needs a hug with their sandwich. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like they're like exploiting you. Okay, we'll move on. If it's like some creepy dude going, "Hey, babe, hell you do," at the deli counter, I might be like, all right, that's weird. But if it's a little old lady being like, "Hey, sweetie," then it's sweet. It's like my grandma or something.
Yeah, I don't. These haven't been old ladies. These no.
If they're well, okay, we'll just have them all. Anyway, moving on. Maybe you're just cute looking in that little camera. They're just like,
they're definitely not looking in the
man.
camera. No, they haven't even seen me yet. So they have no idea.
Okay.
Oh man, where do we go from here? Let's take a whole another direction because this can lead into something that is a legitimate pet peeve. So I have a weird pet peeve of misspelled signs, and it doesn't irritate me to the point where I'm like, "Why do you have this sign up?" Whatever. I'm just always amazed, and I've taken pictures, and I've often thought about just having like an Instagram account out there that it's just misspelled signs everywhere because I think they're kind of hilarious. But it does. I'm just like, come on, man. Can you not proofread the sign? Yeah. Can you get some help before you put the sign up there? Come on, let's go. Let's not put the misspellings out there, which leads to language.
Yeah. There. Your.
Yeah.
Your.
There.
Your.
There.
Which. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a stickler for grammar, so I'm not, but we always remember it's a small world and we have people from other countries, and
that's acceptable.
The English language is a bear. It is a really difficult language, and I feel so bad for anybody that has to try to understand it
100%,
because clearly most Americans don't. We'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, that's completely acceptable. If I'm going to, and I have an international, it's called the place where we would eat lunch, where the office was at work, very internationally flavored. It has Ethiopian, a bunch of different style. There was a Greek place, there was a Thai place. Anyway, you get the picture. And yeah, if they have a sign that's misspelled, I don't care. Our language is probably one of the toughest ones in the world. That's fine. At least you've made the attempt and you tried to write in English what you're trying to do. No, that's totally fine. No, we're talking about legitimate American mess up.
Like Jim Bob from high school?
Yeah, exactly. There and there and there. I mean, come on. It's an apostrophe. Like there, like the THEIR and the THERE, maybe, but the other apostrophe, they are. Just break it up, man. Come on.
No, I don't. Yeah. I'm judging silently all the time. Sorry. Just not if you're not from this country. That's different.
People are going to be afraid to say anything in chat now.
I'm just more looking at like if you're writing a letter, you're a business, you're doing because as a marketing person, it's more in the terms of marketing. Not social media is different. You know, you are as you are now, so it goes for all of them. So
I think the last thing along the lines of like restaurants or whatever, that's a big one. That is a legit big one for me. Top 3. Just chew with your mouth closed. Don't chew with your mouth open. There are so many smackers of the world out there.
I feel like that's one of the first things you told me. Not about me.
Yo.
But I do actually feel like that's like an early conversation, like, you know, how many
it was a prerequisite.
Millennium.
By the way, do you chew with your mouth open?
No. I don't think it was. I think you were just telling a story about how you were so disgusted by something. I was like, hope I don't do that. I don't know. I know I don't. I mean, I probably have.
It is. It's disgusting. Like smackers, like, I can't take it. No. It's Yeet City. It's a 100% Yeet City. Okay, Yeet, you've got it. I'll say something. Can you close your mouth, please, or I'll just leave.
I'm amazed that I have, been a friend of yours for this many
years. I'm an awful person.
No, you have very high standards, so I should consider myself.
I do not have high standards
in your life, anyway, because you would have definitely stopped having anything to do with me a long time ago. I only do a couple of the things you hate.
And again,
I'm very forgiving of people.
And also keep in mind, I'm trying to have fun with some of this stuff too. And if you know anything about me, I like to throw some things out there that could be controversial, could not be controversial, just to try to get people talking and try to have some fun. So
yeah, doing a little Joe Rogan-ish.
A little Joe Rogan. I don't know. I'm not that controversial, and I'm not smoking weed right now, so definitely not Joe Rogan. Sorry, Joe, but it's a fact. It's what he does. A couple things around me in my apartment that drive me nuts, and I think one of them might be odd. The other one is probably pretty common. We'll do the common one first. We have our complex is welcoming to pets. So a lot of people have dogs, cats, etc. And so we actually have a really, really, really cool dog park on the top of our outdoor parking garage. So instead of the last incline, so to speak, being a bunch of spots for cars to park, it is a dog park. You can wash your dog. There's 2 big pens out there with fake grass. The dogs can run around. It's a great thing. They have multiple places that have bags where if your dog takes a dump and you don't have a bag, the bag is right there. You can just reach out your arm, grab a bag, pick up your dog's stuff, and throw it away in the trash bin that's also provided for you. Drives me crazy that people can't pick up their dog's poo after they're done. I mean, come on.
It's rude.
It's so rude. It's maddening. I'm like, what are you doing? Can
rude.
You please pick it up? They can't make it any easier for you than what they do. You don't have to if you need it. Even has instructions on it. Or if you're kind of confused about how you don't get it on your hand, it tells you how to do it. Do it, pick it, reverse, tie it, done. So I don't know. It bugs the crap out of me. But what also bothers me in my apartment complex, it's no wonder I sit here by myself all the time. Slamming doors and not shutting doors. That drives me crazy. So people will walk out of their apartment, or they'll walk out of any room that has a door that will automatically kind of pull closed, and they just walk and they go and the door slams behind them. I don't know why I don't know what happened in my childhood that triggered that, but I can't stand it. You've got to, like, if you're walking out
I don't like
and you
that.
can do it, if you can't, if your hands are full, your hands are full. Do what you got to do. But if you do it, just grab the handle and shut the door, and just be a little quieter, a little quieter. Don't slam the door.
A little quieter. Don't be rude.
I hear,
I mean,
I sit here and I hear
yeah.
it, and
Anything
it just
else?
bothers me. Thank
I
you.
mean,
This
we've
is
all
like
got a lot of time. We're just gonna sit here.
this is like a therapy session. I feel so much better
I was
already.
gonna say, do you feel purged of your concerns?
Oh man. I think the last thing that I have that I think is kind
I
of
knew there had to be
that I
more.
think there's a couple more,
This
but
is what I deal with every day.
the last thing that I'll say, we have a parking garage. So people, when you're in a parking garages usually aren't spacious. It's usually pretty tight, and our parking garage is pretty tight. I mean, it is tough to turn around a corner when you have a car going both ways. So we take it slow. But what makes it even tougher is when you are the owner of a Ford F980 extended cab, dual exhaust, extra bumper with a hitch on the back, and you choose to park at the end, right where people are trying to turn to get around you. So now your truck is halfway out into the lane already. It's impossible to get around you. And I'm sure their thinking is, oh, I've got no one on the other side of me, so I won't have to worry about a door slamming into me. Well, my door's going to slam into you when I take the turn because I can't make the turn now. Anyway, there's somebody in our complex that's like that, and I can't stand it. And
Do they have flags on their truck?
I'll guarantee you they don't have them inside, but I bet they do when they drive, which I know is one of yours.
I hate the flags. Flying those dang flags on their trucks. I don't care what the flag says. I don't like, it's not necessary. It's so not necessary. Unless you're going to a tailgate and it's like game day. Then I kind of can get behind it. Or you're going to a Jimmy Buffett concert and you're like, I'm going to put my Jimmy Buffett
Special
little
event,
flags up.
yeah.
But I mean, if that's like where you're like every day, you just raise your little truck flags off the back of your truck to just be like, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, that's weird. And for some reason, that's probably my one thing. It's not rude because it shouldn't bother me, but it absolutely makes me nuts. And the other thing which is rude, which reminded me of this when you're talking about how they park, is when people take up two spots because they're so important and their car is so much better than mine that they get two spots. They're going to just do it diagonal because my, Mercedes $10 billion car cannot get touched. It like makes me want to touch your car.
I have it
in not good ways. It makes me want to do bad touch to your car.
not the touch redemption on Sweet Lord Regis's channel, but a bad touch that does damage.
Yeah, it's so rude. It's like, come on, there's limited spots. Why are you doing that?
So
So we're just never gonna end if we don't stop soon.
I don't like the can't get it between the white lines either. I mean, figure it out, get it between the white lines. But that reminds me of a quick little snippet, and then maybe we'll end the pet peeves here. But so in my parking garage, part of the parking garage in the corner, there's a trash chute. So you take your trash over there, you throw it down the chute, and it's a walkway. You go over there. There's bikes there. Well, anyway, you go. So there's a spot right next to the trash chute. It's a great spot because you do know that no one else is going to park next to you where that trash chute is, because no other cars are allowed there, nor could they get there.
I'm trying to picture it. Yeah.
So I won't say that that's where I typically parked anyway, but that's actually where I typically parked, only because I had the routine of every time I went out, I would take trash out with me. And so I'd take the trash out with me, I'd throw it down the chute, I'd get in the car, and I'd go. It was convenient for me. One day I go to park and I realize it's reserved. And now, not only is there a car that and that's fine. You want to pay the extra money and have a spot that you have every right to do so. Go ahead.
They were mad at you every day.
They may have been, and I'm not
like,
I'm not salty about that at all. I'll park somewhere else. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. It's just ironic it was a spot, but it is a very high-end, expensive car. And not only do they not park between the lines, they specifically go like halfway down so that they're half into
They're
the spot
important.
and half over the. Yeah. So I'm
They're very
sorry
important because they have a very fancy car.
to the driver of that car in my apartment complex on the 4th floor if my trash bags have ever brushed the side of your car because I can't get through because you're invading my space. I apologize to you, sir. Anyway.
It might be a lady. We're assuming. Have you seen that person?
I've seen the person, yes.
Does he wear sunglasses indoors?
He had sunglasses on.
And talk with
I'm
his-
assuming, yeah.
Talks online at the airport and gets online early. It doesn't take his cart back at the grocery store.
He's in chat right now. He just unsubscribed. Crap.
Does he put little flags on his car when he leaves?
Sure he
It's that guy. He's that guy.
He's that guy.
He is that guy.
We found him. Everything is
found
about him. There's
Doesn't
just
know
one
how to
guy.
read the room. Thinks he knows. Okay, yeah.
He just walked out. I heard him slam his door. He's got his dog behind him.
Slammed his
Just
door and
pooping
left
down the hall.
his-
He's smacking his gum. Listens to his music.
There we go. We found him.
All right. Okay. Anyway. All right. We'll wrap up the pet peeve thing there. Unless you had anything else on your mind. I know you had a lot that you had on your list.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, thank you
Didn't have
guys.
that much.
Thank you guys for listening to those. I hope it was a little bit of fun. It was kind
We're
of.
hoping he got a lot off his chest and feels better now.
I'm not really a bad person. There are only a couple of those that really drive me crazy. I think a lot of them are just rants and raves that you have for a lot of different things, and I think we all have our share of them. And I'm sure I do a ton of that's on everybody else's list too. So we're all good. We're even.
I definitely do a few years. So
Good.
my
All right.
windshield wiper just going. There's no rain. I'm just driving along
You'll know because I would say
with
something.
my big wheel.
In the left lane,
My steering
just
wheel.
driving slow.
I'm very small. My steering wheel is very large.
That's hilarious. Anyway, okay. Closing out the pet. Look, if you guys have pet peeves, we would love to hear yours.
Yeah, we
throw
wanna
them
hear
out
yours,
into
please.
Discord. Throw them into any comments on any of the podcast sites. Whatever you want to do.
We
would
might
love to
bring
hear.
them up next week.
Yeah, we would love to bring them up if there's any other ones. So anyway, the final thing that we like to do each week is a little what to watch. Total diversion. There's no segue to get into this,
Wait.
but we like to recommend it. I'm sorry, time out. Backing up.
Back it up. Back it up. I think I was supposed to do a new stretch.
Oh, great
Every
reminder.
week for like 4 weeks, I was supposed to do a new
Yeah.
stretch, and you just
I apologize to that.
I know.
Apologize to that.
So
I got
super
production. I got production yelling at me. I'm trying to calm down. All right, calm down. We got this. If anybody needs a production job, I'm telling you, one is going to come open very soon because our
Yeah.
production just drives us crazy every week.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got a new
yes.
stretch, yeah.
So there's a new stretch. So anybody listening on the podcast right now, you need to check this out on the Over the Hump YouTube channel. The videos will be up this Friday, 100%, we promise. Or you can go to twitch.tv/Skojo262 and see this stretch. This is a great stretch for gamers, and the whole reason we're doing it is we have a massive community of Twitch supporters who sit at our computer all day. Or you
Not
may sit at
just
the office
gamers,
all day. Yeah, go ahead.
Office people sitting on their desks. Everybody's working from home now. Nobody's leaving their house. Nobody's doing anything. Cook. So this is one of my favorite stretches. It's actually a variation of a yoga stretch. So this is not technically a Pilates stretch, but I'm going to have it. Those of you that are actually real time with me, you guys can do it right now. What you're going to do is you're going to sit kind of towards the front of your chair. I will do it as well. You're just going to place your feet completely flat on the floor. You can't see my face right now, but that's okay. Take your hands to your knees. So you're just resting your hands gently on your knees. I want you to draw your shoulders down your back. Think about your neck being really long. Imagine something lifting you up from the crown of your head. So create space in your spine. Draw your abdominals in. So think navel to the spine. To start, and then you're just going to open the collarbones wide. So feel this widening across the collarbones as you inhale. Open the collarbones wide and go into a little spinal extension, meaning you're just kind of lifting the chest a little bit. Inhale, lift the chin slightly. And then on the exhale, pull the belly button into the spine. You're going to round forward, let your chin come in slightly towards your chest. Kind of pull against your knees and round the spine. So if I'm sideways, you're going to see me come this way, rounding. And then lifting and opening. So you're inhaling and then exhaling, rounding the spine. So it's like cat and cow in yoga, but you're seated. That's the word.
Seated.
Inhale and you're exhaling, rounding over. Good. Couple more. And you just do this a few times, and it's just basically moving your spine through extension and flexion. So flexion's rounding forward, and extensions lifting and opening, especially in the chest. You want to open those shoulders back and down. That's it. That's my stretch for the day.
I don't know if you
You're
guys,
welcome.
I don't know if you guys did that, but you can actually feel it. It actually feels good
It's like a
in
little
your back.
undulation.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little undulation of
I
the
like it.
spine.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'll try to
Amy
do
stretch
more.
number 2. Feels good, man.
Yeah, it does actually. This is one of my favorites. You could, if you do it on the floor, you would do it on like all fours, like hands and knees, and you round the spine. So it looks like that when you're rounded up, it looks like that angry cat position. Like if you see like the think of a Halloween cat, and then when you open the chest, it's called cat and cow. You're like, I don't know why it's called cow when you're that way,
It's
but
like
you're
concave and convex or whatever too.
yeah, yep. So flexion, extension of the spine
Nice.
is really important. You want to work both equally. Just make sure you're always pulling your navel to your spine so you're supported. And you're always thinking about, regardless of which position you're in, we never want to hunch the shoulders, just keep them down. Neck long. There you go.
I like that the shoulders and the belly button to the spine are consistent in the 2 stretches now that you have taught
Always.
us.
That should be like your everyday life. Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be
So,
included in any stretch that anyone is doing if they're just kind of doing some arm stretches or chest stretches. Awesome. Good. Fantastic. We got number 2. Yay.
yay.
Heck yeah. Thank
So,
you for stopping and
round.
pointing that.
I
Round
know.
and
I
go.
feel like it should. I mean, I just was feeling from sideways, you could see it better, but yeah, it's kind of like this. If you look at my hand. All
And
right.
if
Okay,
anyone
so now,
out there
what to watch?
if anyone out there would like additional Pilates instruction from Amy Beth herself, please reach out because she does
Let me know.
do Zoom appointments, and we have not discussed this, but if you're interested in more stretches like that or actually private sessions, etc., she's a trained Pilates instructor, certified, knows what the heck she's doing. Reach out, and I'm sure she would be happy to
Depends on the day.
talk to you.
Yeah.
As long as you
Teacher
don't have a
trainer.
flag flying from your car.
Yeah. And you're not rude. Don't
You're
be
not rude.
I don't like rude people. Anyway,
Anyway,
none of
awesome.
these people are rude.
Nobody who supported us is rude. So awesome. Good deal. So the last thing we like to do at the end of each podcast each week is to talk about real quick a show to watch that you may or may not have tuned into, especially during this pandemic and everybody being at home. I think we've watched a ton of shows, so it's always good to throw a recommendation of a show out there. If you've seen it, great. If you haven't, then I think it would be a great one to check out. So go ahead. I'll let you lead because it was actually your idea, and I 100% support it. Yeah.
Succession.
Succession.
Really interesting. Succession. Really well done. By the way, I think they picked up some Emmy nominations the last few years. I just think it's really good. It's kind of like it feels to me like an amalgamation of like the Murdoch family and the Kennedys and the Trumps all kind of blended together in the super wealthy family. So it's a little, dystopian in some regards, but I actually think it's really the dialogue's phenomenal. So it's really well written.
Yes.
It's just kind of like candy. You watch it. It's not going to change your life. You're not going to learn a whole lot. But it's definitely like kind of trash TV in a sense, but well written. I love the opening.
Yeah.
I just think the opening montage and the music is freaking fantastic. And I think the acting's really, really good. So Jeremy Strong, incredible. Absolutely
Awesome.
mind-blowing actor.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in a bunch of stuff and he just shines on this. So that would be my recommendation.
And I'm 100% on board. And for me, when I read the synopsis of the show, and I think we slept on it for a while. It was out for a while before I actually started watching it. And the synopsis of the show always threw me off. It was, hey, it's a guy who's getting ready to retire from his company. Yeah. And he's got to decide which one of his children he's going to leave the company to. And I'm like, that's not interesting to me. The premise of the show threw me off.
Me too.
As soon as I saw episode 1, instant, holy cow, I can't wait to watch the rest of this. And I think to your point, it's the writing and the dialogue that's said in the show
Mm-hmm.
is top notch, amazing, unbelievable conversations between these people. And the siblings of the father are different enough to where I think everybody can identify with one. Like, and you like him
Yeah.
one week, and now you're like, oh no, he screwed up the next week.
Yeah.
And it has
It's a little roller coaster ride.
major roller coaster with major plot twists toward the end of season one that you don't see
Yeah.
coming.
It's definitely NSFW though.
Oh, 100% NSFW. 100%. Yeah, it's very, yeah,
Like if you have
yeah,
kids,
mature
that are
audiences
younger,
only.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mature audiences for show.
But yeah, if you've looked at it and you've said, nah, I don't think it's for me, I say give one episode a shot, and I think you'll be hooked on the first episode. If you aren't hooked on
I
the first
agree.
episode, you probably won't like the rest because that style goes
Yeah.
throughout. But yeah, I think it's one of the
It's a
top
bit of a
shows
ride.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. That's it. So check it out. Let
Got a
us
lot off your
know.
chest.
Yeah, yeah. Let us. Pet peeves are people who talk about recommending shows that are on HBO. I don't know what it may be. Just tell. Do people who do podcasts at 10 o'clock at night? Let us know what it is. We'd like to know. Anyway, that'll bring the show to a close. I feel better. I don't know about anybody else out there, but we
Okay.
will
Did your
hopefully
thing.
be back again next week for episode number 9. Again,
Only if you guys want it.
yeah, we give what the people want. If you guys want it, we'll be back. We would
You
love.
sick of us? We'll go away.
Yeah, we absolutely. We will gladly take any show topic suggestions, segment suggestion, just anything you'd like to talk about, anything you'd like to see us get off our chests, or just discuss for a little bit of time. Please let us know. We would love to hear your comments and feedback. With that said, we will close it out for this week. Amy Beth, it's been a pleasure as always.
Namaste.
Namaste. And she does. If you're listening and not watching, she always does the little praying hands, Namaste, as well. It's wonderful. You're doing yourself an injustice by not watching and listening. Anyway, that's it for this week. We will hopefully see you back again next week for the next episode of Over the Hump. Hope everyone else has a great end of the week and has a wonderful weekend out there. And we will hopefully talk to you again next week. Thank you.
That's right. Bye, guys.
Okay. Ooh, now I can do the text thing. After show. Post show. Post show, picture show.
Bye,
All right.
Callie.
Sweet. My timing is sure is something. Every time I show up, it's ending. Ah, sweet. Now breathe.
Sweet, I thought you were in early.
Holds his breath. Sweet was
I
here
thought he
early.
was in early.
He
Okay.
was early. He must have was here and then was doing whatever and
Yeah.
popped back in.
I was like, I thought I saw you earlier.
Oh, Zooted. Where's Kitty? Where are the cats?
They're
The
being
cats
so well behaved. I
did
don't
not
know
make
where
an
they are.
appearance.
They were so well behaved tonight.
First time.
We are finding a balance between the kiddos. I mean, today there was less fighting. She's out. She lets me pet her. She was here with me. She might be here with me. Is she? I'm looking under the. She usually sits on a chair next to me when I'm in here, so she's definitely becoming much more content. She's happy. She just has one bad habit, which is digging in my plants. She likes to dig in the dirt, but otherwise, she's just an absolute doll. She's like the softest cat too when you pet her. She's like velvet. He's kind of naughty, but he's fun. He's funny. Anyway, I'm wondering where they are. I think they're probably hanging out somewhere quietly. I heard like a little rustling and a little like angry sounds early on, but that ended. So I don't know where they
They're
are.
probably conspiring. They're probably like, hey, let's lay
Yeah.
low tonight, and then on Saturday during D&D we will wreak havoc.
Oh, that's like his witching hour when he becomes crazy around noonish. So like he knocked over my lamp, and tonight he was pretty calm. So I have to just figure out how to get him under control for D&D because we do have that.
So sweet. I was here before it started and after it ended. Callie's like, that's some next level strats. Cinnamon, well done, sweet.
That kind of sounds like maybe makes sense for what we are doing. Maybe that, maybe our content's not good. Is that like what we're hearing?
He's like, yeah, I like to see him and say hi. I don't want to listen to him. I'll show up
I
when
don't
it's
want
over.
to listen to
Yeah,
these
I'll show up for the
idiots
post
talk.
show and hang out.
I don't need to listen to these idiots chat about garbage for an hour and a half. I don't even want to hear myself talking for an hour and a half.
I didn't totally yeet all the viewers tonight, so that was something I was worried. I'm just gonna.
I don't
Rant.
know. I think we did like moderately better than last week.
Yeah, moderately in terms of viewership. Yeah,
Not great, but
but it's always interesting because it's a weird time. And one thing that we also dealt with last week, we had the election hangover, but we also had the time change, and that 1 hour time change has wreaked
makes
havoc
a big difference
in this community. Yeah, like trying to get up for Nez's show now, that hour, I missed an entire hour, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but now I only see the last hour and a half of his show, and he's got like the inverse where he's like, I'm so screwed up now, I don't know when times are, so it's crazy.
On.
Yeah.
Like, does this time work, or would we be better? I don't even know now. I can't even do the math in my head. It's been a long day. So an hour. We gained an hour.
Yeah, so for like
different time.
For Callie and Nez and those people, it's later in the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? It's 14 hours. No, it's yeah. It is. So like for Nez right now.
Math for me.
Yeah, there we go. Time Nez. So for Nez right now, it's 1:27 in the afternoon. I don't know if Callie's.
That's a weird time. It's like lunchtime. He's Australia.
Oh, Callie doesn't have his time zone in there yet.
What time is it, Callie? I know you're going.
Yeah, can we put what's the command for Callie to enter his own time? Oh, set time zone, and then puts in GMT.
Is that an hour difference? Oh, it's
yeah.
It's
so
more.
so Nez, it's 1:30.
Wow, that's like a weird time.
Yeah, Callie is so far into the future. He's so
Tell
far
us what's
gonna
happen,
yeah,
Callie.
Please.
Because you know
he's
what,
like
I need
3
to
days
know
out.
I need to prep for some kind of like horror tomorrow.
It's Saturday for him. He's like, man, that hurricane really ripped through Florida on Friday. I'm sorry, we're sworn to secrecy.
Oh, dang
Time
it.
traveling Callie.
He could change all the things that are about to happen and create havoc if he tells us what's happening.
So Zooted, I'm lucky to even catch his Nez stream now. Yeah, because you would usually come in like right at 10 o'clock, and now he's done. Cuddle Blue's same. I hate missing an hour in and out on Nez's stream. Yeah. And it's I feel like some places had daylight saving time, some places didn't, and now it's chaos.
Now we're all messed up. Nobody knows what's what. I have enough trouble with math, people. Don't do this time change thing.
Didn't realize my stream is way behind refreshing. Frost already yeet out? I know he was here earlier. Is Frost still around? I was going to check on him. I saw he made the comment that he would be ready for Hunt Showdown this weekend.
Nice.
Plus 930. I think so. Callie, I think you just do ! Set time zone space plus 930. Is that right, Dan?
We defer to Dan on this.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're having all kinds of issues.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so now.
Yeah, that.
So now we can do that, and it doesn't work.
We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Yeah, sweet. Australia has 3 main time zones, but some places don't do daylight savings time. Oh, wow.
That's super confusing.
That's a mess. Yeah, the states have certain states that don't practice it at all.
So the states have Eastern Standard, Central, Pacific, and then there's some places that don't do the time change,
like
right?
Arizona. Yeah, Arizona doesn't do it at all.
It's super confusing.
Oh yeah, when we traveled to Arizona in like Lake Powell, Zion, Bryce, and so we did Arizona, Utah, Nevada. Totally freaking confused at what time it was because it was like
made reservations for dinner. Didn't realize that like you could just be like a mile away and it's a different time zone. So
within the same like the resort we stayed at, half of the resort was a different time zone. How do you do this? I don't understand.
So confusing.
It's just Queensland that doesn't do it, I think, and they're weird. Well,
of course. Now we know. The more you know. Queensland's weird.
Play it. Only in Newfoundland, and they don't really use time.
Time doesn't matter in Newfoundland?
Bruh. They just do whatever.
They're just like, whatever. We're Newfoundland. We don't care.
It's just like always.
Time doesn't matter here.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna like fish and walk around in snow and whatever. What do you do?
We're better than you.
We're better than we park all of our cars halfway. You don't need time if you're perpetually newly found. Points, definite points. Saskatchewan doesn't do daylight saving time, then it's awesome because daylight saving times is stupid. I agree. I don't like it.
We totally agree on that.
In Newfoundland, you use fish and you smoke weed.
Kind of sounds fun.
I mean, you definitely don't care about time.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I like fish.
Who cares if it's 4:30 or 5:30 at that point? Just give me some salmon and a blunt. Is that the terminology? Zooted, help me out.
I think that's the terminology. The marijuana.
My grass.
Grass always reminds me of some like weird hippie person from the 70s.
That's right.
You got some grass, man.
Oh, he's on grass.
Give you our time period more. These people are like, what are they talking about?
Sit on boat and get high. That's the East Coast. Yup. Viewers just went up. Started talks about getting high and fishing.
Show's over, viewership's up. They don't want to hear what you bitching about the things.
No, they don't. They're like, hell with this guy. Get out of the chair. Just give us a chair and shut up, would you?
We just want to see that dang chair.
They're here for you.
Me? No.
Duo. What's up, Duo?
Hey, Duo.
I heard there was a chair stream here. No, Duo, you showed up when it was time to talk about fishing and getting high and fishing on the East Coast, and you are on the East Coast.
But you did miss all of Gojo's complaints about humanity, which is pretty much everything.
I complained about everybody today.
You complained about everybody today.
Get it off my chest.
I mean, not like personally, but.
I heard there was a chair stream here. It's so awesome.
You and your chair stream. Lasai.
Getting high. 2-0. What is drugs? Team Metal only encourages the use of alcohol in a responsible manner. We do not encourage illegal drug activity in any way, shape, or form. Those who have talked about getting high are in regions that have that allowed in their region.
Right.
Be sure to check your local law enforcement agency for policies on what you can and cannot do where you live.
Yeah, Team Metal.
A responsible manner? So that's
I'm
why
not
I
on
came to
Team Metal either.
You're an honorary member of Team Metal.
Wait, who's Team Metal? Just you and Duo. This is just two of you.
And Nez.
It's a tiny little team.
And
Who?
Nez is on Team Metal.
Oh, Nez is Team Metal.
Yeah, he is. Because he was like...
I feel like Cinnamon might be Team Metal.
He was throwing out some Pierce the Veil stuff the other night.
I've seen Pierce the Veil.
You're Team Metal. Not that that's the
I
prerequisite.
didn't say I liked them. I brought my child.
Is that right, Callie? It's 16:05. What did it say? 1505 plus
And
one.
I don't want to say a lot about Pierce the Veil, if I can say a little bit.
Nez has been metal. Yeah, I feel like Sweet. The question of what are the requirements for Team Metal should be directed to Duo because he is the father and leader of Team Metal.
Yeah. I feel like
Get him, mama.
get him on.
I didn't sign up for this. No, you were.
Dude was like, oh, too much pressure. Stop.
Everyone's in Team Metal. I got in a car accident and a Slipknot concert. Is that metal? It is metal.
That's super metal.
Getting banned from IKEA is totally metal.
I saw David Lee Roth's Bear Behind. Is that metal?
That is metal.
I'm not sure they're totally metal. Was Van Halen metal?
Van Halen wasn't metal, but seeing DLR's butt naked is metal. I am metally enough for the metal club.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of metal cred. I don't have a lot of. I feel like there should be a fun term for that, metal cred. But I'm afraid I'll try to say it. It'll come out really bad.
On the way home, why were you driving a car in the concert? Oh, did he say I'm driving a car in the concert? I got in a car accident at a Slipknot concert. Like he's driving his car around the mosh pit.
He just started plowing people down. I mean, I'm trying to think. I've been at a lot of metal shows, but usually not because I wanted to be there. So I don't know if that makes me metal or not.
And it's not necessarily going to metal shows. It's just the metal times the metal mindset. I think you're metal.
It's not me.
It is.
I don't think
you.
I am. I think I'm too soft to be metal. What's a soft metal? Gold.
Gold, yeah, it's like copper.
Yeah, I'm definitely not steel or whatever.
Amy is one of the most metal people I've ever met. There you go. There it is. It's done. It has been so. It has been said. So it shall be done.
Mercury. Yeah. I will take your temperature.
Let me give you a metal hug.
I'll give you a good metal hug.
Ooh. You're going to the Slipknot concert? Let me give you some stretches to do before you get into the mosh pit.
Definitely. Please be safe. But yeah.
Sweet, I need that emote of Amy throwing up the horns. I need that emote, please.
I might have done that at a few concerts.
100% Duo. 100% Duo has it. Fighting at metal concerts is not metal. Love your fellow metalhead. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there.
I'd be more likely to get in a fight from annoyance.
You almost threw down at you've thrown down at very non-metal places.
Yeah,
you've been ready to throw down at like B-52 cover band shows.
I've had a few skirmishes in my day. We'll leave it at that.
I remember a visit to Nashville in which we walked into a place that will not be named called The Stage on Lower Broadway where some people.
Oh my god!
Remember that? We had to leave.
Oh my god!
We had to leave before Amy just absolutely tore into some dude.
Oh my god! I completely forgot about that.
That was years ago. Years ago.
I was so much more immature.
Only fight at a metal concert I participated in was breaking one up at Gwar.
Oh, well, I mean, it was Gwar. It was bound to happen. Somebody had to be there to speak reason into those Gwar people.
It's like, drink responsibly, people. Come on.
Come on now. says me. I feel like I need to be reminded
That
of
was a
that
fight.
story. Not now.
The last
I don't want to hear it.
of the stage story.
Yeah, no, I don't want this for public viewing. You have to remind me of that story.
And to be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you the logistics as to what happened. I just remember leaving because people were being jerks. I couldn't even tell you exactly what happened.
They were being rude, is what I would guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And I don't like rudeness in any
Um,
form. So I probably got in a fight. And I was probably rude.
yeah, the last show, there was a fight at the last show I was at when I walked across the street to go see Jeff Tate, the lead singer of Queensryche. So, lead singer of Queensryche does not Operation Minecraft, Rage for Order and Empire, the entire albums back to back. That was the show. It was just him and this awesome band, and I walked over there, and it was great. And it was a freaking fight during like halfway through the Empire part of the show. Two guys like, what are you doing, man? We're just here having fun. Come on, what are you fighting over? It's Jeff Tate, for God's sake. Jeez.
Calm yourselves down.
Yeah.
For me, it's usually I don't start fights like for the sake of starting fights. I'm usually defending somebody, like a child,
Yeah, I
my
believe that.
child, somebody else's child, a bartender. It's always like somebody just being a jerk to somebody else, and I can't shut my mouth.
Yeah,
Sometimes I should just step away. I remember what it was now. It was a guy hitting on somebody. He was being rude to a girl. I remember now.
is that what it was there? Yeah,
Yes,
because
it
I just
was.
remember. Yeah, because I just remember like walking.
Yeah, it was a
in
guy it was a guy being yeah. If a
and it
guy's
was crowded.
disrespecting, if a guy's disrespecting a female, a
Yeah,
young female especially, and I feel like it's a bad scene, then
got to step in,
gotta step in.
put him into place.
It's happened before. It will happen again, I'm sure. Sorry to whoever's with me. That's where I draw the line.
Shows are wild. Yeah, I'm wearing a Disturbed shirt right now. Got a Metallica shirt
Nice.
on myself.
I have this very lovely
Got
yoga
a
shirt
Born
on
of
right now.
Osiris shirt on.
Let's remind us. Every morning, we are sorry for my microphone. Are born again.
I have.
What we do
I have a
today.
Tool. I have a
what
Tool
matters
shirt
most.
on. I have a Tool shirt on underneath my
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
Sorry. I am usually kindness and light 99.9% of the time. Sometimes you gotta stand up for what you believe in.
Damn, I was gonna call out ScoJo, but we all repping today. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual. Why not rep the metal shirt? The band shirt.
There's shenanigans happening in the other room.
If you like Tool, you should check out Carnival sometime. Oh, I don't. I've never heard of him. Thanks, Callie. I'm gonna write that down.
Wait, James. Oh, really? Sweet just said, did you hear about James Maynard Keenan may not be able to sing anymore because of the coronavirus?
Oh, really? I did not know that. They're Aussie. That's why you haven't heard of him. I've heard of Cog though. Mm-hmm. Didn't know I knew them, did you?
Pew pew. Sorry. Just shooting the guns off.
Said
for you.
he didn't get lung damage from it. He said certain songs were too hard on him to play live. Wow.
Wow. How old is he?
It's a good question. How old is Maynard? I mean, he's got to be in 40s, right?
Oh, so he's in that danger zone.
1964. He's 56.
Oh, he's older than me.
He's 50. He's
Somebody's older than me.
56.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to him, but this is why I am staying home. I mean, except when I can't. 'cause I have
Dude,
to work. But
he looks great.
wow, that's amazing. I did not know that. But also, that scares me because if I get this, it's not going to be good. I'm too old.
He was pissed at people for calling Rona fake. Yeah, I can believe that.
Scary.
You got a special message for
I
them?
bet he did.
Dude, eat
I
a
have a
dick.
special message for him
That's
too.
awesome. Dude, eat a dick.
You had a bag of them.
Bag of dicks.
Yeah, for anybody that thinks this is not real. Seen a lot.
Yeah, I have
Seen a lot of bad things.
I've told you I have a team member that has it. The guy who works for me has it. Oh, and I just found out one of my peers, another manager, his, I think, ex-wife, but the mother of his kids has it. So now he's concerned that his kids were over there and now they all have to
Oh
get
my God.
tested. Happy he's older than you, but you must be what, 27? Actually, Callie, she's 28.
Yeah. Sure. You guys are nice. Yeah, no, I just heard of somebody's I told you about this, but this is so sad. And not to be like a downer, but a friend of a friend was pregnant and she was pretty young, but she got it. She got coronavirus and she was, I forget how far, 32 weeks along. They had to do an emergency C-section and the baby has it. So the baby was not only premature, but also had to have multiple blood transfusions and is still in the NICU unit because the baby's so sick with coronavirus. So babies can get it and young people can get it and anybody, I mean, we don't always know what our pre-existing conditions are. So I just think it's crazy that anybody thinks it's not real. It's
Yep.
scary. But my friends don't, like they've been partying and I'm just like I can't. I'm just sitting at home
Yeah,
doing this.
and it's one of those things that we won't know until
Mm-mm.
5 or
There's
10
gonna
years
be.
down the
I'm
road.
telling you right
Yeah.
now. I'm guaranteed there's gonna be a lot of long-term effects. So stay healthy. Keep doing all the right things, guys. What you're doing is
Drink water,
trust in yourself.
do your stretches, watch each other's streams.
Or
More gin. Boss's daughter was sick. Her teacher at school had it. She didn't have it, luckily, but still the scare. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's scary. So
She looks young for her age, though. That's why I got it wrong. I think Amy is confirmed to being 31. You look young for being 28.
oh yeah,
Eat
28.
hot peppers, drink beers. That's it. Pet cats. That's all.
Pet cats. Yeah, my kitties. I'm like the crazy old cat lady.
In the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can pet cats that are running around all the little individual towns. You can pick them up and pet them. I found that out today. Shout out to Kelly Starfall for letting me know about that.
Yay, kitties.
I
Okay.
promised her I would not kill the cats before petting them.
Do not kill the cats. I'd be so mad at you. PETA would be involved again.
Yeah, Frog got pretty sick for a few days, but it was luckily just a regular cold. Oh, good.
Oh,
Had a 7-pot.
yeah, it's scary because you think like you're like, oh my God, I kind of feel like crap. Did I drink too much or do I have coronavirus? I'm like, did I not get enough sleep or do I have coronavirus? Am I stressed out because the world is a nightmare or do I have coronavirus? There's a lot going on.
He lives just so you can murder him in Tarkov again. I'll never
Oh,
murder dented nutsack again in Tarkov.
poor frog.
Speaking of which, we need to play again sometime. Those were fun times.
Good days. Fun watching because I don't play. All right.
All right, ready to wrap things up?
I think so.
Almost
gotta
1 a.m. on the
so-
East Coast.
Nearly 1 a.m. here for this old lady.
Awesome. Let's see who's out there.
Who can it be now?
Wah, 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 wah.
Callie.
Oh, good.
Welcome to
Hey, so I want to, I would like to, definitely, I have a great raid for you guys tonight. So, quick story on this guy. I really enjoyed being in his stream last night. We finished our session of Valhalla last night, and Zooted said, yo, I have a friend who's also playing Assassin's Creed if you want to raid him. I'm like, yeah, I just like kind of spreading it around. I don't like to try to do the same person every single time. I love everyone who I follow and watch and appreciate all of you, but I try to, even it out. So we raided Doocy Fruit last night, and the guy's super cool. He lives out in Hawaii. He's playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now. He has a cat cam, so you can see his cats playing on the cam all the time.
Awesome.
And
I'm all in.
his regular webcam is a cat in a chair, like virtual whatever, and it was really cool. And he's a really cool guy. So yeah, I'd like to send him another raid again. If you guys don't know who this guy is, I think he's really worthy of checking out and potentially giving him a follow. Callie, when he finished, he rated me, and you still had some lurks, so it really helped me out too. Awesome, Callie. Yeah, I know. Ducey was over in the Boom King stream today, and he subbed to Boom King like right away. And so, yeah, he's really a cool dude, man. So I had a lot of fun in his chat last night, and I encourage you guys to check him out. So let's send a raid Reno over to him. We appreciate you guys being here. A lot of you guys were here for the whole thing, start to finish. If you weren't, that's fine.
Guys.
Yeah, just being here at all is awesome.
Ramble. Thank you.
I appreciate the support. And really, if you do have anything you'd like to see us talk about or anything at all, let us know so that we have ideas. We want to try to make this entertaining for you guys, and your input would help with that. So really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Let me click this raid. Doocy Fruit. Jump as soon as I can after work. Not going to bed because I'll say not to stream. All right, guys. So we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks again for the support. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you over in Doocy's stream. I'll be hanging out there for a couple minutes before I sign off. And thanks again. Look forward to playing games with you guys and hang out in streams this weekend.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. He's going to be like, oh, shit. I forgot the raid message.
How you doing? How's the stream?
Oops.
Thank you so much for the raid.
It was just like, raid.
Again. I was not expecting it for 2 nights in a row. Oh my gosh. How's everybody's night doing? Oh my gosh. I gotta pause this game. Oh, Duo Katsuragi, Amy Beth, Karubu, thank you so much for the follows. Really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I forgot the raid message. You know, oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't want to be caught off guard again, but it always catches me off guard, even though I know beforehand. It's crazy. Oh.